Nelson Mandela, 1918 to 2013, remains one of the most revered figures in modern history, celebrated worldwide as a symbol of struggle, perseverance, and reconciliation. His life's work embodies the fight against racial oppression and the pursuit of social justice. Mandela's journey, from a rural village in South Africa to becoming the nation's first black president, reflects his unwavering commitment to human dignity, equality, and national unity. His legacy continues to inspire political leaders, activists, and ordinary citizens striving to achieve justice and harmony. Mandela was born in the village of Mvezo in the Eastern Cape, South Africa, into the Thembu royal family. While his early life was shaped by traditional African culture, his education exposed him to Western ideals of law and justice, which influenced his political consciousness. Mandela trained as a lawyer at the University of Fort Hare and later at the University of Witwatersrand, where he experienced the harsh realities of institutionalized racism firsthand. The systemic racial discrimination imposed by South Africa's apartheid regime, an official policy of racial segregation enforced by law, became the defining challenge of Mandela's life. From the 1940s onward, Mandela emerged as a leading figure in the African National Congress, ANC, the primary political organization opposing apartheid. The ANC initially sought reform through peaceful means, lobbying for civil rights and organizing nonviolent protests. However, the South African government's brutal suppression of anti-apartheid activities, including mass arrests, violence, and censorship, made Mandela and his colleagues reconsider the effectiveness of nonviolent resistance. By the early 1960s, Mandela had co-founded Umkhonto we Sizwe, Spear of the Nation, the armed wing of the ANC, which carried out sabotage campaigns against government installations. Importantly, these actions were intended to minimize human casualties while challenging the oppressive system. Mandela's commitment to justice came at a significant personal cost. In 1962, he was arrested and charged with conspiracy to overthrow the government. Following the infamous Rivonia trial in 1964, Mandela was sentenced to life imprisonment. He spent 27 years behind bars, mostly on Robben Island, under harsh and dehumanizing conditions. Mandela endured forced labor, inadequate nutrition, and isolation from his family, yet he remained resolute, turning his imprisonment into a symbol of resistance against oppression. His writings and correspondence from prison, particularly his reflections on reconciliation and equality, resonated with people worldwide and galvanized the global anti-apartheid movement. During Mandela's imprisonment, South Africa faced mounting internal and external pressure to dismantle apartheid. International sanctions, boycotts, and diplomatic isolation placed the regime under significant strain, while domestic unrest and labor strikes demonstrated the government could no longer suppress the majority's demand for equality. Mandela became the moral and political anchor of this struggle, embodying patience, resilience, and strategic foresight. While confined, he maintained communication with ANC leaders and engaged in careful negotiations with government officials, laying the groundwork for a peaceful transition. Mandela's release in February 1990 marked a historic turning point in South African history. His return to public life was characterized by remarkable pragmatism and humility. Rather than seeking revenge against the oppressors, Mandela emphasized reconciliation, inclusivity, and nation building. He recognized that South Africa's survival depended on bridging the deep racial and political divides created by decades of systemic oppression. His leadership demonstrated that justice and forgiveness could coexist, providing a blueprint for conflict resolution worldwide. In 1994, Mandela's vision materialized when he became South Africa's first black president, following the country's first fully democratic elections. His presidency was historic, not only for its symbolic significance, but also for its transformative policies. Mandela prioritized national reconciliation and the creation of a rainbow nation, promoting racial harmony and social cohesion. He established the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, chaired by Archbishop Desmond Tutu, to document human rights abuses committed during apartheid and facilitate restorative justice. This innovative approach aimed to heal a divided nation by acknowledging past atrocities while fostering forgiveness, rather than pursuing vengeance. Mandela's domestic policies reflected his commitment to addressing structural inequality. While his administration faced economic challenges and inherited a deeply unequal society, he pursued initiatives aimed at expanding access to education, healthcare, and social services for historically marginalized communities. Mandela understood that political freedom alone was insufficient without economic empowerment, and he advocated for programs that would gradually dismantle systemic poverty. He also worked to strengthen democratic institutions, promote transparency, and encourage civic participation, setting a precedent for ethical governance in post-apartheid South Africa. On the international stage, Mandela emerged as a symbol of moral authority and ethical leadership. He championed human rights, peace, and development, supporting diplomatic efforts to resolve conflicts in other African nations and beyond. Mandela's global stature amplified South Africa's voice in international forums and inspired movements for justice, reconciliation, and human rights across the world. His principled approach emphasized negotiation, dialogue, and diplomacy, demonstrating that moral leadership could influence global politics and social change. Mandela's approach to leadership was deeply informed by his belief in the transformative power of empathy and humility. He rejected authoritarianism and embraced participatory governance, believing that meaningful progress requires inclusivity and collaboration. Mandela's personal qualities, integrity, patience, and moral courage, reinforced his political achievements, making him a respected figure even among former adversaries. His ability to rise above personal suffering and hatred to pursue collective well-being has become a defining feature of his legacy. Beyond politics, Mandela's influence extended into cultural and social realms. He encouraged the arts, sports, and public service as vehicles for national unity. The 1995 Rugby World Cup, held in South Africa, became a symbol of reconciliation when Mandela, wearing the jersey of the previously predominantly white national team, celebrated the victory alongside black and white South Africans alike. This act, widely regarded as a masterstroke of nation-building, demonstrated Mandela's keen understanding of symbolism, identity, and the emotional dimensions of leadership. Mandela stepped down from the presidency in 1999, emphasizing the importance of leadership transition and the dangers of power consolidation. His post-presidential years were devoted to advocacy, philanthropy, and mentoring future leaders. He continued to promote peace, education, and global health initiatives, particularly in combating HIV/AIDS, reflecting his enduring commitment to human welfare. Mandela's humility in retirement reinforced his image as a leader devoted to principle rather than personal power. Nelson Mandela passed away in December 2013, leaving behind a legacy that transcends South Africa's borders. He remains an enduring symbol of resistance against oppression, the power of forgiveness, and the pursuit of justice. Mandela's life teaches that leadership rooted in moral conviction, empathy, and reconciliation can transform societies and inspire generations. His legacy continues to shape global conversations about democracy, human rights, and ethical governance, serving as a testament to the enduring human capacity for courage, perseverance, and compassion. In summary, Nelson Mandela's life reflects a profound journey from resistance to reconciliation, from prisoner to president. He dedicated his life to dismantling an unjust system and fostering a society founded on equality, dignity, and shared humanity. Through his leadership, Mandela demonstrated that political transformation is inseparable from moral responsibility and that forgiveness can be a powerful tool for societal healing. As an anti-apartheid icon and a statesman committed to reconciliation, Mandela's story remains a timeless reminder that justice and humanity can prevail even in the face of profound adversity. His example continues to inspire individuals and nations, illustrating the enduring power of courage, integrity, and hope.